All right, you need to forget all of the online gurus that are promising you $1 million from a laptop while they're sitting on some beach, okay? Forget the drop shipping stores that will never make a sale and all the affiliate blogs that take over a year just to get a single click. If we're being real, those businesses suck and they take months, even years to figure out, and a lot of them will never even work in the first place. These things are designed to sell you a course, they're not actually designed to make you money. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 simple and extremely reliable side hustles that anyone, literally anyone, can start right now or this weekend with less than $100. These aren't some complicated online businesses. This is about finding real and physical things for cheap and actually flipping them for a profit right in your own neighborhood. The goal here is simple and it's actually totally realistic. How the hell can I make an extra $500 a week? That's $2,000 a month that can be used to pay off debt, build up your emergency fund, or even just give you some much needed breathing room. These are real, it's straightforward, and it starts right now. First up, we have one of my favorites and one of the most reliable side hustles with the lowest barrier to entry, and I'm talking about flipping thrifted clothes. So I'm not talking about like going to one of your local thrift stores and hoping to find a random gem. I'm talking about going straight to the source. Hitting up the Goodwill bins. This is where all of Goodwill's unsold clothes from their regular stores end up, and they sell all of these items by the pound. So here's how it works. You show up at one of these outlets with a pair of gloves and a big trash bag. You dig through all of these massive bins of clothing, paying one price per pound, which usually works out to just around $1 or $2 per item. So your startup cost is hilariously low. You could get a huge haul of clothes for $50, plus a little extra for detergent and maybe a cheap steamer to make everything look fresh. To be honest, the earning potential is way higher than you think it would be. Sometimes people donate valuable things without even realizing it. So when you're at the bins, you're looking for trusted brands like Patagonia, North Face, Carhartt, vintage Levi's, or even high-end brand names like Supreme or Lululemon that people will just toss out. So a jacket you buy for $2 as part of the haul can easily sell for upwards of $40. I did this. I found a white Supreme jellyfish t-shirt when I was in Portland. I got the shirt for $1 and I sold it for $120 on Depop. So when you think about it like that, hitting your $500 weekly goal is totally doable. If you average about $18 profit per item, you'll only need to sell around 28 items a week. Think about that. That's 4 items a day. And you have Facebook Marketplace, Depop, Craigslist, all these avenues for you to sell 4 products a day. Before I got into tech, my wife and I, we would do this side hustle every single weekend, and we were making some decent money off of it. Countless resellers have proven this model, consistently pulling in $500 to $800 a week by sourcing around 50 quality items with about a $100 investment. And the best part of this side hustle, and something that I think makes it so reliable, is you don't even need a website. You can literally sell everything right on the Facebook Marketplace for local pickup, which means no shipping and no fees. You go to the bins, you get your items, you can make your money the same day. Again, as I mentioned earlier, there are other avenues you can take, whether it be Depop, eBay, or Craigslist, or even Vinted. But regardless, the demand for vintage and pre-owned name brand clothing right now is absolutely blowing up because people are wanting to be more sustainable and find unique styles. So here's all you got to do. Your first step this weekend, Google Goodwill outlet or thrift store bins near me. Go on a Saturday morning with $50. Your only goal should be to find 5 items from brands that you recognize. That's it. Wash them, steam them if you want to, take some clean pictures and list them on Facebook Marketplace, and I almost guarantee you'll be shocked at how fast you get your first sale. All right, hustle number 2 is one of Gary Vaynerchuk's favorites, and that's garage sales. Garage sales take advantage of one single simple fact. People having them are usually more interested in getting rid of all of their stuff rather than making a huge profit. This typically happens with things like estate sales or moving sales where everything has to be gone by the end of the day, and then that's where you come in. So here's your game plan. Your work is actually going to start on Friday night. When you're laying in bed, rather than doom scrolling TikTok so you're not just wandering around on Saturday, you should actually scout out some garage sales. You could look at things like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, local town groups, and search for posts advertising things like estate sale, moving sale, or community garage sale. These things are absolute gold mines, okay? People at a normal garage sale might argue about 50 cents, but someone who's moving might give you a whole box of stuff for free just so they don't have to take it with them. Overall, the startup cost is pretty low. Think like $30 for a full tank of gas so you can go to multiple different garage and estate sales, and like $50 to $70 in cash to make offers. So one thing you need to be on the lookout for and be aware of with garage sale flipping, the profit margins can be absolutely astronomical because you're looking for things that are undervalued because the seller doesn't know or they don't care about what the underlying item's value is. This could be anything from tools and electronics to vintage toys, even furniture. That dusty old toolbox priced at $10, it just sold for $60 on eBay. A mid-century modern chair from someone's grandma might be $20, but somebody else's grandma wants it for $120 on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Think about that. So to make $500 a week, you don't have to sell hundreds of things. You just need a few good flips. If you get a couch for $50 and you put some leather restoration stuff on it and you sell it for $700 on the Facebook Marketplace, you just made $650 with like an hour's worth of work. So if you can grab between 4 and 10 items with an average profit of $50 to $150 each, you just hit your goal. Now, this one can take like 20 to 30 hours a week overall, but most of your time is going to be spent actually sourcing items and listing them on the Facebook Marketplace throughout the weekend. I'm going to give you a secret, though. The secret for garage sale flipping is timing and negotiation. You want to get to the best sales early, but also make a point to show up late. Toward the end of the day, sellers are going to get desperate because they have all this stuff they need to get rid of before the day ends because they got to move across country, etc. But that's where you come in with a reasonable bulk offer. Hey, I'll give you $40 for that whole table of kitchen stuff right there. Most of the time, they'll say yes. Then you can sell those items individually, or you can sell them as a nice set, again, on Facebook Marketplace. So let me show you how simple this is. Okay, your first step. Open Facebook Marketplace and search moving sale, garage sale, or estate sale happening tomorrow. Map out a route to hit at least 2 or 3 of them. Swing by an ATM, pull out the $100 in small bills, and your mission is to find one single item you think you can flip for at least $50 profit. And I guarantee you it will happen. All right, guys, we're about halfway through the video now, and hopefully your mind is already spinning with ideas. Again, I'm not here to sell you a course. I don't like the idea of selling a course on how to make money because it's not that simple. Side hustles, though, you put in that work, most likely you are going to get a return. It all comes down to your own grit and determination. So if you are finding some sort of value from this video, and you want more no fluff, no BS guides to making some real money on the side or overall in your career and life, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe. It's free, and it tells the algorithm you want to see more stuff like this. Okay, let's get back to making some money. All right, side hustle number 3 kind of ties in with side hustle number 2, but there's a difference, okay? This is where the profit margins will absolutely skyrocket. It will go to the moon. Flipping furniture and other big household items. Okay? This is where you can turn a $0 investment into a 300% return by selling a couch for $300. People will always throw away good furniture just because it has a scratch, it needs a new coat of paint, or they have a new couch being delivered and they just don't want to deal with the old one. We've all seen the couch or the pieces of furniture on the side of the road with a piece of paper and the blue painter's tape that says free. Here's how you do it. You just become a digital curb picker. What do I mean by that? You are going to find free and high quality inventory in the free section on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. People will post stuff on there that's on the curb already for anyone to come grab. What's the catch, though? You got to be quick, right? Got to be quicker than that. Got to be quicker than the other person. So you'll set up instant alerts on your phone for keywords like free dresser, free couch, curb alert, and free furniture. When that notification hits, you got to be ready to go and get it. Your startup costs here can be anything less than like $75. A truck is nice. You don't absolutely need one. I recently just picked up a Traeger that was posted for free on the Facebook Marketplace, and I took it apart and I put it in the back seat of my Toyota Camry. A lot of flippers will start with something like an SUV or borrow a friend's truck for an hour, but your main cost is going to be supplies, right? Think some sandpaper, a can of primer, a can of neutral colored paint, like white, gray, or navy, and some modern looking hardware like new knobs or handles for the dressers and things like that. So think about it like this. You see a free dresser that's solid wood, but it looks a little bit dated. You take $30, you go to True Value, you buy some sandpaper, new coat of primer, some paint, some new knobs and handles, cost you $30. And you transform it into a piece that you just sold for $250. You just made $220 with like an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of time. So think about that. Hitting your $500 goal is very realistic with furniture flipping because it's all about just flipping a couple of quality pieces. You really only need to flip 1 or 2, maybe even 3 items a week to hit your target. And honestly, finding a free wooden dresser, putting in a few hours of work and selling it for $250 is super common. Some people only do this and they make thousands of dollars a month. It takes a little bit of work and a little bit more space, but the return overall is incredible. So when you list it for sale, presentation is everything, right? You want to stage it in a nicely lit room. In your description, talk about the glow up of it. It's newly refinished, solid wood dresser painted in a modern satin finish with brand new hardware. This shows you've added value and it justifies your higher price tag. So, what would your first step look like? Again, instead of doom scrolling TikTok right now, open up Facebook Marketplace, go to the free category, and set the radius to 10 miles. Set up alerts for dresser, table, wood, curb. Okay? Your goal is just to get your first free piece of wooden furniture. Even if it's just a small end table, an ottoman, grab it, clean it up, and see what you got to work with. If you decide to go with this side hustle, let me know in the comment section below what you decided to go with in terms of your first item, how much it cost you to fix it up, and how much you sold it for, and how long it took, because I'm actually interested, because I honestly think this is a game changer. Yeah, let me know. Side hustle number 4 now. We're going to pull on people's emotional and nostalgic heartstrings. This is all about nostalgia because people will pay good money for the things that they had when they were little. So you're going to be flipping vintage electronics and toys. The market for collectibles, retro games, and old gadgets is booming right now. Okay? So here's the operation model. You source it from the same places. Think garage sales, thrift stores, online marketplaces like Facebook and Craigslist. But you're looking for specific items like a Nintendo 64, PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, PSP, Nintendo DS, boxes of Pokemon cards, action figures, board games, vintage stereos. There's honestly so much more, but those are the ones that kind of popped into my head. But a lot of sellers at these sales, they don't really have any idea what that stuff is worth and just price it to get rid of it. People have found boxes of Skylanders toys for $7 and flipped the whole lot for 180. Okay? I bought an Xbox 360 for 20 bucks and sold it for 80. I 4x'd my money. The startup cost is practically nothing, maybe like 20 bucks. The only things you really need are some cleaning wipes and things to dust it off and a bunch of different batteries like AA and AAA so you can test the electronics and make sure they actually work. That is important because when you sell something that is electronic, like a Nintendo 64 or any other electronic, being able to write in the description that it's tested and it's working in your listing can literally double its value and make your buyers trust you almost instantly. And then you'll start building a rapport on the different avenues like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. You'll start getting reviews, etc. So the money here comes from volume and just a little bit of knowledge. A single Pokemon card might sell for 30 bucks, or an old game console could go for 100. To hit $500 a week, you'll probably need to sell between 10 and 20 items, making about $25 to $75 profit on each. This means you really got to develop an eye for what's valuable. So overall, here's a pro tip. Use the eBay app while you're at a garage sale. Scan the item or search for it, and then this is the key. Filter by sold listings. Okay, this will tell you what people are actually paying for it, not just what other people are asking for it. The best places to sell these are on, again, eBay, because there you'll be able to reach collectors all over the world, or maybe even like specialized Facebook groups for different hobbies like vintage Pokemon card collectors. So what can you do right now to get this one started? Go on eBay, just search for a toy or a game that you loved as a kid, filter by sold items, spend 30 minutes scrolling, and see what different versions are selling for. That's your market research. Now you take that knowledge to a thrift store or a garage sale or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and you can see if you can spot anything from that category that you can flip. Side hustle number 5 is called the bundle blueprint. The final side hustle, right? It's a game-changing strategy because it makes all of the other side hustle number 1, 2, 3, and 4, more profitable and overall efficient. So instead of selling every single item by itself, you can group them into quote-unquote resale bundles. That's probably the easiest way to start if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all of the other side hustles that I mentioned. Here's how it works. When you're outsourcing for products, you're going to find a lot of great stuff that really isn't worth much on its own. A single baby onesie. Good luck selling that. But a 0 to 3 month baby boy starter bundle with like 15 pieces of clothing can sell easily for $50. One lonely pot is just clutter, but a college dorm kitchen starter kit with a pot, pan, spatula, and a few plates, you could sell that for $75. So your startup cost here may be like $40. That's mostly for some clear bags or boxes to make your bundles look appealing overall. The whole idea here, though, is to create a convenience for your buyer. You're saving them the time and effort of hunting down all of these items separately. That convenience is a value add, and it lets you charge more than what the items are worth individually. The return on your time overall is fantastic. Okay, to hit $500 a week, you might only need to sell 5 to 10 bundles with a profit of $50 to $100 each. It's one of the most efficient ways to move a lot of lower priced items. Instead of making 20 separate listings for 20 small things, you make one listing for 20 items, make one sale, and you're done. This can work for literally anything, right? Baby clothes. You can bundle that by size and gender. Kitchenware. You can create starter kits for someone moving into their first apartment. Books. You can group them by author or genre. Toys. You can make a Lego bundle or Hot Wheels lot. The best place for this is usually like local marketplaces. Again, drill it into your head. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. Because shipping these big bundles can be a little bit expensive, but you're looking for local buyers who want a simple, one and done solution. Okay? So, your first steps this weekend. You don't even have to leave the house for this one. Go through your own clothes, your own kitchen, and your own garage. Find a group of 5 to 10 related things that you don't need anymore. We all got that one pan or that one spatula that's been sitting in our kitchen for 3 years that we don't use. Okay? But we keep telling ourselves we need it when we don't. Group them, take a picture, list it as a bundle on Facebook Marketplace. That will teach you the whole process with zero risk. No investment. You're already getting rid of stuff you don't use anymore. All right, there you have it. You have 5 real and practical ways to make $500 a week, starting out the new year, New Year's resolution. You don't need a ton of cash, and you don't need a special degree. You got to have grit. Go and get it. Forget all of those online gurus and their overcomplicated systems and all their stupid courses that are saying you'll make $1 million in 2 days if you do it exactly how I did it while you just gave this guy $500. Okay? The opportunity is right there in your own community. It's all about seeing the value that other people miss and putting in a little bit of work to unlock it. You can literally start today, tomorrow, this weekend, whenever you have free time. But the biggest mistake you can make is waiting for that quote-unquote perfect idea or for a better time. The perfect time is now. Stop waiting. Pick one of these 5 side hustles that sounds fun to you and just take the first small steps that we discussed here. If this video helped you, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. These are videos that I like making. I do this in my free time. This is one of my side hustles. I enjoy teaching people about ways to make money, how to build a better financial stability, financial literacy, all of that stuff, right? More importantly, I want to hear from you, though. Drop a comment below. Let me know which of these 5 hustles you're going to try. If you've tried any of them before, let me know. Let's go make some money, man.